Hey guys, what's going on? It's King Clutch here, and today guys, we're back in the NBA 2K20. I hope you guys are all having a great day, and today what we're going to do is I'm going to be showing you all how to build Kyrie Irving here in NBA 2K20, guys. Now, this is a build that overall, it's a great offensive player. There's two ways you can actually build this Kyrie build, and I'm going to show you guys both. I'll show you one of them and talk about the other one. I feel like there's really two ways you can do it, and it comes down to personal preference. It's going to be a point guard. I'd point with number 11, you can put number 2, whatever you'd like. You know, obviously that doesn't matter. Right-handed doesn't matter, but for these skill breakdowns, there are two you can pick from, and there are two that I feel like define what Kyrie does. Originally, when I was building this player, when I was building Kyrie, I was thinking, oh, go shooting and playmaking, like that is obvious. You would think, oh, playmaking obvious, and then he can shoot the ball just as well as he can dribble the ball. Obviously, his handles are probably the thing he's the most known for, and his pass. This pie chart here is a great option. But the other choice you can do is the pure playmaking pie chart. Now, there's a difference between these. With the pure playmaking pie chart, you're going to get a little bit more speed and a little bit more excel. You're going to get more playmaking badges, obviously. You're going to get more defensive badges if you build it a certain way. If you do it how I show you guys, there's multiple ways you can do it, and it really comes down to personal preference. If you build a pure playmaking pie chart, you're going to get a slashing playmaker. If you build it this way, you're going to get an offensive threat. Now, I know Kyrie is an offensive threat, so if you want the legitimate name of Kyrie Irving, you want to go with the shooting in the playmaking pie chart. Now, the issue with this one is it's not as fast, and you do not get as many finishing badges. Your finishing stats aren't as high. But as I was looking at this, your mid-range shot and your shooting stats, your 3-point, there's a 9 difference. Your mid-range, there's a 4. But this build here, you can get 99 ball handle with this build if you go pure playmaking, guys. I'm going to go pure playmaking, and realistically, you would build these players extremely similarly on the attributes that you put them on. For the physical profile, I feel like for a Kyrie build, it's kind of apparent. We're going to go pure speed. You know, you could, I guess, go pure speed and vertical, but that's really not what you're there for. I mean, in reality, you're losing 1 speed on this build. So that is a good option. You're losing 1 speed, you're losing 3 excel. And there's a difference of 13 verticals, so if you want to go for the better overall player, I would say go this one. And eventually you would get 99 speed, hitting 99 overall, because if you get your Gatorade Turbo, the Gym Rat badge, whatever you get, you would end up getting 99 speed. So I'd say overall, if you're planning on grinding this build out to a 99.9, I would say go with this pie chart here. But I'm going to go with the pure speed pie chart just for, you know, I feel like a better standard representation at like an 85 overall for him. For these attributes, what I'm going to do is we're going to max out our driving dunk, our driving layup, and our close shot. Right now, that's going to give us 11 finishing badges. We're going to max out all of our shooting stats here, and I'm going to take this post fade down until we can get up to 15. So the difference would, I think, with the shooting and the playmaking build, you get 22 badges. It might be 22 or 21 shooting. I know it's one of those two numbers. You get 7 less shooting badges, but here you can get up to 30 playmaking badges if you max this all out. But see, if you guys look at this, if you just max out your pass accuracy and your ball handle, you get 27 playmaking. If you go to max out your post moves all the way, you're going to get 30. So here's where the decision comes in. You have this 131 points left. What you can do with these is you could throw them on post moves if you'd like and get those 30 playmaking badges. If you think those 3 playmaking badges are going to make much of a difference. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to max out this standing dunk, and then I'm also going to bring this post hook up to a 36. But if you see, you can max out at 16. You could realistically leave this wherever you'd like. I'm going to actually not touch those, and I'm going to show you guys what you can do. So Kyrie's actual build only has 1 defensive badge. What you can do with this build is max out your perimeter D, your lateral quickness, and your steal, and then you could spend these other 43 points here on defensive rebounding and giving you 9 defensive badges. This will get you a better overall player. You'll be able to, you know, not be as much of a defensive liability, but if you'd not like to have these extra 8 defensive badges, you could go ahead and, like, you know, really split these, like put this at like a 5, and then go ahead and, you know, just throw these on standing dunk and give yourself 13 finishing badges, which that's a good option if you'd rather have those extra 2 finishing badges. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to max out these defensive badges, and I know Kyrie only has 1 defensive badge, but overall I feel like this is a better overall build for a park build, because you're not going to be, you can actually play defense with this build. But if you want to go more towards legitimate Kyrie, I would do the shooting and the playmaking pie chart, guys. I feel like what defines Kyrie is I think it's solid. I feel like solid is what he is more similar to. That's just my opinion. I feel like he has more solid body shape. Everyone knows, guys, Kyrie is 6'2". I'm going to make this build 6'2". And if you wanted, like, if this was going to be like a park build, you could make him 6'5". I would probably make him 6'5" if you're gonna, go park. I'm gonna go 6'2" though, making it Kyrie's actual height. And now for his weight, guys, Kyrie is 193 pounds, which is this right here. And the middle spot, the median spot, is 188 pounds. But if you go down a little bit, you could go the sweet spot here, which is 186. You get +1 to your lateral quickness. Don't lose anything. And it looks like going positive, you could go all the way up to 192. So I'm gonna go 192. That's 1 pound less than his actual weight, because if we go up any higher, we lose vertical. But this way, we gain some strength and some interior D. Kyrie's wingspan is 76 inches, so the closest to that we could get is this 75.8 for our wingspan. Now, if you wanted to make this even a better shooter, what you could do is minimize it, but that's definitely an option. It doesn't affect your ball handle or anything, because already that is max. 95 is the max base stat you could get. So I'm gonna go 75.8 to get it closest to his legitimate wingspan, but really you could leave it in the middle. Either way, that would work just as fine. I wouldn't max it. I really wouldn't. But I'm going to go this 75.8 for this Kyrie Irving build, guys. Now, you get these 3 takeover choices. Now, for this build, I feel like there's 2 choices. I probably wouldn't pick slashing. You'd either pick shot creating or playmaking. Now, I'm pretty sure Kyrie has shot creating takeover. I'm almost 100% sure, but don't quote me on that. If you wanted to, make a actual Kyrie Irving, I would go shot creating. But for this build, I'm going to go playmaking. If you were making the playmaking and shooting pie chart, I would go shot creating. But if you're making the playmaking pie chart, I would go with the playmaking takeover. This way, you can actually break ankles with this build. Everyone knows Kyrie 4 is breaking ankles, so you're going to want playmaking takeover to break ankles with this build. So we're going to go with the playmaking takeover for this. And then as you guys can see here, it says we did get a slashing playmaker. Now, I know it doesn't say similar to Kyrie Irving. If you pick the other pie chart, it will say similar to Kyrie Irving. You get an offensive threat. There's occasionally times when you build this slashing playmaker, depending on where you put the, if you didn't give him as many defensive badges, you could get similarity to Kyrie Irving. But to me, I really don't care about that. To me, that doesn't really matter. I'd rather get the best overall build that's similar to that NBA player. So I'm going to go ahead and bump this up to 99 overall and show you guys the badges I would throw on this build. Now, what I'm going to do for these playmaking badges, guys, I'm going to put contact finisher. You're going to want that. You're going to want that for any build regardless. We're also going to put giant slayer on gold. I'm going to put relentless there on silver. And then I'm going to put fancy footwork on silver and then acrobat on bronze. I feel like out of anybody, Kyrie Irving should have acrobat. Now, what you could do is lower fancy footwork or giant slayer and put acrobat higher. And I feel like silvery finisher would be another good badge to have, but only having 11 here, we're kind of tight on where we can put these. But this is probably what I would do for these finishing badges. I'll go ahead and do these defensive badges. Now, if you were building this as shooting in the playmaking pie chart, you'd probably not touch your defensive category at all. The only thing you probably touch is your perimeter D and your lateral quickness and possibly your steal. So if you had that one badge point, what I would do is either put it on Intimidator or Interceptor. But since I have these 9 spots, I'm going to put Intimidator on gold. I'm going to not Brick Wall and Heart Crusher. I'm going to put Clamps on gold. And then I'm also going to put Pick Dodger on bronze. And then I'm going to put Interceptor on silver. Now what you could do is leave Interceptor on bronze and then put Pickpocket on bronze as well. Or even like lower Clamps and then higher one of these if you'd like. And put Interceptor up to silver. But this is what I would do for these defensive badges, guys. When it comes to these shooting badges, I'm going to put Quick and put Quick Draw wherever you'd like. Now if you were to go with the other pie chart, guys, you would have more shooting badges. So obviously that build, you could shoot a little better. But this build, you're going to be able to play make better. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put Range Extender on gold. I'm going to put Difficult Shots on gold. Now, I think either way you build this build, you're going to want to put those 2 badges as high as you could possibly get them. I'm also going to put Deadeye on gold. I feel like Kyrie needs those. I feel like that is something he would have. Now, I have these 4 spots left. What you could do is I'm going to put Green Machine here on silver, and then I'm also going to put Hot Zone Hunter on silver. I feel like those are some badges Kyrie would have. Now, what you could do is even like put these on Catch and Shoot or Corner, depending on who you're playing with and how you play. Some of these shooting badges gets to the point where it's more dependent on your play style than an actual player. But this is what I would do for these shooting badges. But when it comes to this playmaking badges, this build in general, for this set, you have more playmaking badges to choose from. You could get 30 if you'd like. I'm going to put Handles for Days on Hall of Fame. Obviously, Kyrie's going to have that. We're going to put Quick First Step on Hall of Fame. We're putting Space Creator on Hall of Fame, guys. Those are some badges I feel like you're going to want for this Kyrie Irving build. Now, since we picked Playmaking Takeover, I'm putting Ankle Breaker on Hall of Fame. Like, that's a no-brainer straight up for that. Now, I'm going to put Bailout on Bronze just to have it, so at least we can pass out of some layup attempts. Now I'm going to put stop and go on silver, tight handles on silver, and unpluckable on silver. Or 4 spots left. Now what you could do is higher some of these up if you'd like, but what I'm going to do with this is you could either spend these last 4 points here on floor general or dimer, whatever you'd prefer. I feel like realistically Kyrie should have them both. And you could lower maybe stop and go tight handles or unpluckable if you'd like, and then be able to get both of these. But I feel like if you're going to use them, you would need them on Hall of Fame. I would say pick one. This build, I would say you'd probably have floor general on Hall of Fame because you have so many playmaking badges and most likely more than somebody else. But I'm going to use it on dimer. Either one you could make an argument for, and I would just do it depending on who you're playing with. You know, if somebody else has floor general, don't put it on there, obviously. But if not, go ahead. Either way, this is what I would do for these playmaking badges, guys. And if you wanted to get those other 3 slots, you could take away those defensive badges. But this way, I feel like you're getting a much better overall build. You're getting a better overall player that could do more things. And really, the slashing playmaker name for this build on this is kind of wrong. I don't think it's right. I really don't think this build is a slashing playmaker at all. Your slashing stats aren't that high. I would say this is more of an offensive threat than a slashing playmaker, to be honest. This is what I would do for this Kyrie Irving build here in 2K20, guys. I'll give you guys 2 ways to build it. I can go more into depth on the other one if you guys would like. Just let me know down in the comments. And also, guys, if you want to see more NBA 2K20 builds like this, please subscribe to the channel, guys. But anyways, it's been King Clutch here. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Peace out.